Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Modern Malayali. Today's episode is about a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. It's a topic that's very close to my heart, and I know it's something that so many of us, especially in the Malayali community, have experienced in some way or another. So today we're going to be talking about skin color, and more specifically, how darker skin tones are viewed within the Malayali culture. Now, this episode isn't going to be like a lecture or like a deep dive into the topic. It's just going to be a real and honest conversation. And I'm so excited because I have a wonderful guest joining me today, someone that I actually met through TikTok. So I have Gauri here with me today. Would you like to say hi, Gauri?
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. I think your idea of the podcast is absolutely unique. What you're doing is a big thing. And also, I just want to say thank you for having me.
What we're going to talk about is it's very important. And I think for both of us, it's also very personal.
Yes.
So let's start getting into it. When did you first notice that skin tone was a thing in your life?
From a very early age, actually. It was from even the subtle remarks of when, your grandma will give you like the manya face mask to put on your face and will be like, you're so beautiful, but if you become a little lighter, you'll be so much more better and stuff. So from just those little side remarks, I kind of grew up listening to that, and it kind of became internalized almost, which was, in the moment, you don't really understand how much it affects you until you actually get older. Yeah. So, pretty much all my life, even till today, actually. So.
Yeah. What you said is true. Like, I think just from when you're small, you start hearing these things here and there. It's just like in the background of stuff. And you just start getting this idea that, fair is better, which is obviously not true. That's not the case. But do you remember, was there like a first time when you felt like your skin color was being judged on or commented on? You mentioned your grandmother. Was that like the very first time for you?
Yes, I believe that was my first memory of it, because I actually have eczema as well, and I have spoken about it on my TikTok platform. Because of my eczema, I do tend to have hyperpigmentation as well, so which makes me look even more darker. And there's always been sly comments on it, really. Lots of people, even apart from my family, when I started making videos as well, lots of people would be like, they'll say it in a bad way. They'll be like, you look black and stuff. And I'm like, that's not a bad thing, but the way they say it, it makes you question, like, what is that about? Exactly. Or there's this common misconception that Indians are light, which is absolutely not the case. Like, of course, there's so many Indians out there who are light-skinned, but apparently if you're dark-skinned, then that's wrong, and it's not real or something like that. I don't know what they're trying to say, but these little things, it does build up. And even, Bollywood and Indian cinema, the whole Fair and Lovely thing, and every actress you see is always light-skinned. If they are dark-skinned, then they'll be poor, they'll be from a village. All these little trends that go on, it really does affect you, because then you start kind of questioning yourself almost, like, am I not the beauty standard?
Yeah.
That has shattered my self-confidence. Growing up, I would always compare myself to other children with lighter skin, almost just automatically. And there are days when you cry about it as well, really. Which does suck, but it's like the opposite though over here, because in London everyone's trying to tan. Yeah. So then you see that, and I'm like, what is going on?
It's interesting what you mentioned about seeing it in movies and stuff, because that's something that, like, I love movies, right? And I get really annoyed that they always cast someone who is darker skinned to play the role of someone who comes from maybe a poorer background. But also like the whole caste system in India. And apparently the lower castes are associated with darker skin. And I think that's really not nice. It's really inappropriate. It definitely does take a toll on you to be seeing these things, especially when there isn't enough representation. There's not enough people saying that dark skin is also beautiful skin. There's nothing wrong with dark skin. But it's also not that easy talking about it, is it? Like, it's
No,
not that
absolutely
easy
not.
calling out.
Absolutely not. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Because I know even after some people hearing this podcast, they'll still go back to being essentially colorist and racist to you. It's like no matter how much you try and educate people that dark skin is fine, it's the almost backwards mindset that really is generational. That sometimes you just, no matter what you say, they just won't understand. Like even till this day, I get comments like when I'm out with family, people are like, "Oh, I need to get out of the sun because I'll tan," and they're like 10 shades lighter than me, and I look at them and I'm like, seriously? Like I'll sometimes be like, "Are you serious?" And they'll just laugh. They'll just be like, "Oh no, I'm joking." Even if it's a joke, it's so unnecessary. Like, why can't you just accept that you look this way and that is okay? And the thing is, even in like modeling industries, I rarely ever see South Indians, which is another thing as well. It's so many subtle, small things that really build up and can affect South Indian children. Only recently have I been seeing South Indian representation, for example, in Bridgerton, with the Kate Sharma and all that. But it shouldn't have taken us this long just to get some representation. It should have already been there. If it's there for other races, it should be there for us as well. There's so much casual racism and the common remarks going on about Indians that it just really shatters one's self-confidence to the point where you don't even feel like even bothering to try and make a change. So.
I wanted to go back on something that you spoke about, because for me, this was also very relatable. You see fairer people trying not to be in the sun because they don't want to get dark. That has happened to me so many times as well, where I'll be with like my North Indian friends or even with my cousins. And, I hear them say things like, "Oh no, I don't want to get dark in the sun," or "I don't want to get burnt," or "I don't want to get suntanned," or things like that. Because now everyone says tanned, right? Nobody says dark anymore. People say, "Oh, I don't want to get tanned." Essentially they're saying they don't want to turn like a couple of shades darker.
Exactly.
And then I'll just be standing there on the side and I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Like, what's wrong with being dark?
Exactly.
It's fine.
Exactly. Yeah,
but,
definitely. It's just such a shame. Like, and this is even outside of Kerala. Like, for me, this experience happened in London, which is crazy, in a country where the beauty is being tanned essentially, yet you still feel that way. It just shows that mindset that I was talking about. It really does carry on. No matter where you go, you're still going to feel like that. And it's just crazy, really.
Yeah. I know that it's not always like easy to talk about it, or because I know for me, if I hear a comment like that, my first emotion is anger. I get angry. And then I know that if I open my mouth right now, I'm probably not going to say something nice. And then I end up just keeping quiet and I don't end up saying anything, which is also not right. But I feel like it also helps when you have other people around you who should realize that, those kind of jokes or those kind of comments are not nice. They're not appropriate.
Definitely. It is actually difficult when it comes to being confrontational about these issues, especially with family and stuff, because you never know how they will react. Most of the time they will just shrug it off and say it's a joke, get over it. Or, some brown people, they can be quite violent. Sometimes you just have to kind of take it because, again, along with being dark-skinned, you're a girl as well.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And, being a girl, you're taught to not speak up. You're taught to, if you have anything, just keep it to yourself. Don't go around saying things. So there are extreme cases like that for some that I'm aware of. Thankfully for me, my family, if they do make a comment, I can just sit there now and be like, listen, what you said did hurt me, which I'm eternally grateful for, because even then they give me the chance to educate them. But like we were saying, that's not the case with most family members or most people out there, where they'll just ignore you, really, which is quite disheartening.
Yeah, it's actually very sad.
So when some people are like, you should just tell them that it's rude. Like if we told someone else about this, they might just be like, oh, that's rude, you should tell them. In some cases, you really can't. You can't, be outspoken and educate others. So yeah, it's difficult. It's a difficult fight.
Yeah.
There's so many layers to it, which is why it's difficult to change people's minds.
Yeah. Why do you think all of this bias is so deeply rooted in some families? Where do you think it comes from?
I think culture and lack of education. People will say whatever they want and make these jokes. And then if you try and speak up about that, you will essentially get beat for it, which to others might seem crazy, but that is some people's reality. So that's why these podcasts are so important, because those little children who are being shut down or who are just being told that you are not beautiful because of the way you look like and being treated completely differently to maybe their siblings who are fairer than them sitting down and listening to you and listening to me and listening to all the other people who are doing what you are doing, it will give them some type of light at the end of the tunnel. And maybe it will stop them from actually doing the same to their children or developing the mindset of, yes, being dark skinned is ugly.
Yeah.
It does so much, but that's why education and having representation is so, so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I think I always knew that being fair meant you were more prettier and more beautiful. But I never saw, no one had ever directly told me that, oh, because you have dark skin, you're ugly. And I was fortunate enough that in my immediate family, that was never an issue. Like no one in my family had ever made an issue about my skin color. But the older I've gotten, I've started to really realize that there's nothing wrong with the color of my skin. And one thing that makes me really, really proud is that my grandmother has dark skin, my mother has dark skin, I have dark skin. And I love that all of us have the same color skin. Like I wouldn't want us to have any other color skin than what we have, because it's our skin, right? It makes us who we are. But what makes me really upset is that, like you said, it's so difficult to change someone's perception because people still really think that, being fair is what makes someone more attractive. There's certain things you can't change about the way they view beauty.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm lucky enough myself, again, where some of my family members are, dark. But it's interesting, my mum is light. She's light skinned. So, there was that complex again, where sometimes I would compare myself to my mum and I would think, oh, why don't I? Because I don't really look like my mum that much. So, to my eyes, she is so beautiful. And maybe it's because she has fair skin as well. It's that thing of, oh, why don't I look like her? Maybe I would be more beautiful if I looked like her. And I'm grateful where, as I grow up, the communication between me and my mum has just got stronger. So even today, she'll sit me down and be like, what's wrong with having dark skin? There's nothing wrong with having dark skin.
Yeah,
you're absolutely beautiful.
Aww.
And it's it seems like a small thing. It seems like a standard thing, really. But not many people have that. And it's just so disheartening that people still have that mindset, and it's literally drilled into their brains to absolutely hate the color of your skin.
Yeah.
It is really sad to hear that.
Yeah. It's also so crazy because my grandmother, she also has dark skin, but she talks a lot about how dark skin is not so nice. Like she talks about how it's kind of ugly.
Yeah.
And then I'm always the one trying to tell her, but no, Mama, don't say that. Like, your skin is beautiful. My skin is beautiful. Don't say stuff like that. That's not true.
Yeah.
So it's also a bit difficult to get through to the older generation. She's also a lot more set in her ways, and she's quite old now, so it's not that easy to change her mind. But it's sad for me to think she grew up thinking like that as a little girl.
Yeah.
And also my mom as well. My mom probably also grew up comparing herself to other people who were fair and internalized all of that. So So I don't want to continue that. I don't want to look at my skin and be like, oh, this is not nice skin.
Yeah.
So where are you now on like accepting and embracing the color of your skin?
I absolutely love my skin. Even, like you said, as you grow up, you learn to love yourself, really. And I don't think I really had much of a problem with my skin and hating the fact that I was dark. I think I had a lot of internal battle because my mum is lighter than me. So I was confused as to why I was so dark and why so many people was hating on me. I had the same conversation with my grandma, actually. I did confront her. I was like, why? Why do you say stuff like this? Why do you say that dark skin is bad? Why do you go through all those fair and lovely creams and treatments trying to make yourself lighter, even at this age? Like, why can't you accept yourself? And then she told me, no, dark skin isn't bad, but it's just the way I was brought up, that I'm always wanting to be lighter every chance I get. And, like you said, I do think that as well. She must have just been a young girl like us, but she didn't have any of this representation, and she didn't have any of the social media, no encouragement, nothing, just negativity.
Yeah.
So even I too want to stop this hate going on about dark skin, and I hope that from our generation on, children will actually learn. Children won't even know about the whole fair skin, dark skin thing. It's just whatever. So. Exactly. I hope that stops. It's just whatever you are, you're beautiful. You don't need to change. You don't need to tan to be beautiful. You don't need to get fairer to be beautiful.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly. Just be a nice person. That's it.
Just be a nice person. That's the main thing. And another thing, in media, all the rowdies, all the bad people, they're all dark. They're all dark.
That's so true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. They're all dark with curly hair. And it's crazy because I'm dark with curly hair and I'm like, what is going on?
My goodness. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's so damaging, honestly.
So damaging. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. So it's even from the smallest things that me even recounting this, it's crazy. Like a small detail I really clung on to it unconsciously.
Yeah.
To others, it might not even seem like anything, but that's the thing. These small things really add on. So I hope even in the media, now that there's going to be new upcoming directors, actors, producers, I hope they stop doing that. I hope they stop casting all the essentially negative or poorer or whatever it is, these type of roles to just dark people. Why can't a hero be dark skinned?
Yeah.
I mean, they're from India, for God's sake. There's going to be darker people in India, and that's okay. But even in Bollywood, they hire actresses who aren't even Indian. They aren't even Indian. Like I believe
a lot of them are like half
exactly
Western, half Indian.
Exactly. I believe Katrina Kaif, she's British. When they introduced her, she became the beauty standard for Indian girls, which is ridiculous because, like I said, she's not even she doesn't even have Indian heritage, so why is she the beauty standard? Or in Tamil movies, they often hired another actress called Amy Jackson.
Yes, I know her.
My God, I don't know if she's British, but she's a white woman. She doesn't even know Tamil. Like in interviews, she can barely speak Tamil. Yeah. And I'm not saying they should not be hired. Of course, it's great that you're hiring people from all types of races and ethnicities, but you shouldn't just solely give them these roles and then give our lovely Indian brown or black-skinned women these negative roles. That seems crazy to me.
I do think I've started watching more Malayalam movies, and I think we're starting to see a little bit more representation with the actresses that are now playing lead roles. There are a few of them who are more on the darker skinned side. But not only just that, they're embracing their natural beauty. So they're not getting their hair straightened. They're not putting on a whole lot of makeup before coming onto set.
Yes.
And I think that's really good to see. It's it's a step in the right direction.
Yes, most definitely. There's so many actresses, I don't know their names, but even they get hated on so much in Tamil industry. Sai Pallavi,
Yeah,
and
okay.
she's absolutely gorgeous, stunning. You know, she's vocal about acne, she's vocal about the colorism and everything. Yet when Malayali actresses do the exact same thing, they're seen as, you know, she's got pimples all over her face. She should cover it up. She should put some makeup on, this, that, this. And again,
Mm,
it's colorism. Even though we're, you know, both these actresses are from the south, Sai
yeah,
Pallavi, who's a bit more light skinned and her acne makes her have rosy cheeks,
yeah,
it's
that's true.
okay.
Yeah,
So it's like, when will it stop? Even though these actors and everyone is trying so hard to push that mindset away, people will not stop harassing me.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's so crazy. And I think it will take a long time for them to ever really even just be like, okay, fine, dark skin isn't too bad. Not
Yeah,
even embrace it with open arms, just to be like, okay, fine, just to acknowledge and accept it. We're
yeah,
still very far away from it, but
yeah.
the newer generations will hopefully make up for that. Even for families to change, it only starts from, I think, media. I think media is the main thing as well.
Mm,
Because we're consuming media every single day, social media. We are seeing
yeah.
it every single day.
Cinema can actually be really educational. Like you could learn a lot from a movie if it's done right. So I think
Yes,
you're spot on in saying that media is a very important place to start with these kind of messages.
it definitely is, because you can tell that especially young minds really absorb these media. For example, this is a show from Netflix called 13 Reasons Why.
Mm.
After they aired the show, the suicide rates went up,
Mm.
which shows that young minds really absorb what they're watching. And 13 Reasons Why is about suicide, it's about all these graphic topics. So for
Mm.
children to see that and actually carry these things out, of course, the children that are watching Bollywood movies, South Indian movies, whatever it is, they see these type of negative connotations on dark skin. They're absolutely absorbing it every single day. They hear these jokes, they absorb everything, and then
Yeah.
they have that internalized hatred towards their
Mm.
skin and towards how they look like, and they go as far as putting bleach on their skin, which
Yeah.
just harms you in so many different ways. Operations to change your features, straightening your beautiful curly hair, because apparently straight black hair is the only thing that is beautiful in
Yeah.
India. Because if we sat down and we talked about everything, dark skin is just one of the, you know, things in the beauty standard world of India. Dark skin is
Mm.
like one of the negatives. It's only the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to it.
Yeah. There is actually.
It's
Um,
just so sad.
the kind of products that we see when we go to Kerala. But like you
Mm,
see these fairness creams, brightening creams, glowing
mm,
creams.
mm,
Um, like whenever I see the adverts for these things, I'm just in shock by how
mm,
inappropriate some of them are, because
mm.
it will always be like, oh, if you use this cream, you'll get a boyfriend, or if you use this cream, you'll get a
Oh,
marriage proposal, or you'll get the job that you want, and all you need is to like brighten up your face a little bit. Um,
yeah.
and that is so toxic. It's so damaging. And I don't know
So
how those
damaging.
kind of adverts get approved in the first place. It's
It's
just very sad.
ridiculous. So ridiculous. It makes me angry thinking about it, because I've had my own personal experience with these things.
Mm.
Like I've mentioned, I have eczema.
Mm.
So I went to one of the hospitals in India, because I was in Kerala for summer holiday, and we went asking for like an ointment or something for my eczema, and they ended up giving us bleaching cream, saying it will make you lighter,
Oh
and I
my
had to put that
goodness.
on, and that made it worse.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone was telling me, "Oh, put it on. You're gonna look so pretty. You're gonna look lighter. It's gonna make all that pigmentation go away." And I'm thinking, I'm trying to mend my rashes, not trying to get lighter. And I put
Mm.
this on, and it literally burnt my skin.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And bear in mind, a doctor gave this to me. It really
Mm.
shattered me hearing this. And
Mm.
you don't really know what to say, because if it's now professionals handing out this and condoning this, how do we really save our
Yeah.
children from this
Yeah.
mindset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. I'm really sorry that you had to go through all of that.
No, it's fine.
Um, no,
It
it's so frustrating as well because like, you're trying to get a solution for something else, and now someone's targeting something else that's not even the problem.
exactly. So I
Yeah.
can't imagine how it is for children who actually are living back home.
Yeah. It's gonna take a lot of time to like unlearn all the things that
Yes,
are subconsciously ingrained in us.
definitely. Yes.
But it definitely does help to talk about it.
Mm.
And I think I wanted to ask you,
Yeah, of course.
what advice would you give to maybe a younger Malayali listener who's perhaps struggling with how they look when it comes to their skin tone?
Well, first of all, I'd give a big hug. I'd give a big hug to the girls and boys, whatever you identify as. But it's gonna take a long time because no matter whoever comes up to you and says, yes, you're beautiful, your dark skin is beautiful. After hearing for years and years your own family saying you should become lighter, you look prettier when you're lighter, it really takes a lot of self-healing.
Yeah.
You need to look in the mirror yourself and provide yourself with that self-love. That is the most healing thing that a young person could do. You need
Yeah.
to learn how to zone out this hate that comes to you, especially some people want to do social media. There's so many young children nowadays on social media now.
Yeah.
And you're going to get that hate not only from your family, but from strangers. Strangers are horrible. They're going to say everything and anything they want to say because behind this screen,
Yeah.
they're gonna take advantage of it. You just have to learn to accept the way you are and say there's nothing wrong, really.
Exactly.
Just give yourself a break. It's okay to breathe in your own skin, darling. It's
Yeah.
okay. Give yourself a hug. Make sure you eat your meals. Be healthy, be happy, be a kind person. You can
Yeah.
be fair-skinned and people can still hate your guts because of your personality.
Exactly. Yeah.
Personality is what glows. Your heart and your soul, if that's pure, then you're going to be as radiant and as beautiful as the most beautiful thing in the world, whatever you think that is.
Yeah. That's actually that's a good message and it's good advice.
Thank you. I hope whoever listens to this, they can take away something from this. Because
Yeah.
don't just listen and then go. Don't let it just go into one ear, come out the other ear. Right?
Yeah.
You need to, these are the type of media that you should be absorbing and you should be understanding. And for those who do have this mindset that dark skin is bad, question yourself why. Why do you think it's so bad? Is it hurting you in any way? No, it's not. It's,
Exactly.
Indians are dark, and the more everyone learns to accept that, the more everyone will actually be civil, the more there will be less hate. Because I know there's lots of hate in North India and South India because of caste systems and everything. We could delve into that. We'll be talking for days.
Yeah.
It's so much unnecessary hate. The world will be so much more peaceful if we're in peace with how we look. And if baby me heard all of this, I would maybe even cry because it's such comforting words. So just try and spread more love out there and just be nice. Just be nice to yourself and be nice to everyone around you because these words that you tell someone, it could push them over the edge. You don't know what it can do to people.
But another thing also, like when people joke about skin color, like people make a funny comment and they say that, oh no, it's just light-hearted humor. It's not serious. It's not that deep, bro. But like, it's never funny to make a joke at the expense of someone's feelings, especially if it's something that that person could be insecure about. I don't think it's funny if you make a joke about something, whether it has to do with skin color or weight or anything like that. It's just, it makes no sense to me. Like, why? It's not funny. And it can seriously offend someone. Even the small jokes that people make about darker skinned people and fairer people, it can also be quite damaging. It builds up over time and you internalize those comments and you overthink it as well in your head.
Yeah. it's just casual discrimination, really. It's one thing when strangers say it, it's another thing when your own family says it.
Yeah.
Which, if my family do come across this, or if I do, because I'll definitely mention that I did a lovely podcast with a lovely person called Rita. I just do want to tell them thank you so much for actually not being mean or about it and defending me from certain things, and even if something does happen, allowing me to educate you on it. And I hope everyone else has that opportunity to do the same, because no one's perfect. At the end of the day, we need to understand that our elders were brought up in a certain way and they can't just change.
Exactly, yeah.
That's humans, and we need to understand that. But as humans, you need to be open to allow other people's, especially younger people, to educate you. As soon as people are more open to hearing about you and understanding and actually respecting you, then I feel like so much will change.
Yeah, true.
So we just have to hope and just keep that representation up, keep going, and hopefully some people will hear. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was really nice speaking to you about this, and I'm glad you shared like some of your experiences. I think it was really nice for me. I don't know how many people are going to be listening, but for me at least, it was really nice to talk about this.
Thank you for giving me a place to actually express about all of this, because I haven't ever spoken in detail about any of this. I never really got the chance to, and like you said, it's a big step to make. And even if one person listens to this, that's more than enough. If they take something away from this, from your experiences and mine, even you've been through so much, you're here trying to get that word across. So thank you so much for giving me that opportunity. I'll never forget this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Gauri, for this conversation. I genuinely think that the more we talk about this stuff out loud, the more we'll feel comfortable about it. And it gives us the courage to have difficult conversations with our family members or with our friends who perhaps don't understand what it's like being on this side of the skin spectrum. So to anyone else that's listening, if there's one thing I would like you to take away from this episode, it's that your skin tone is not a flaw. It's not something to fix or to hide. It's a part of you, and you don't owe anyone fairness to be loved or to be celebrated. Dark skin is just as beautiful as fair skin. So I think that's all from us. Please don't forget to share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you can rate and review the show, because it really helps the podcast grow. So I'll see you next time on Modern Malayali. Thank you and bye.